Good evening, Akhil.
Good evening.
Thanks, Akhil, for joining us today. Good evening, Instagram family, and welcome to this exciting session from Shiksha Study Abroad. We have Akhil here with us, who has joined us for this session as a panelist, and he's a student. He's pursuing MSc in International Business at Ecole De Management, France, and he'll be sharing his experience and insights as to how his journey has been so far, and like how France has been a study destination, what all like growth aspects he has achieved till now. So thanks, Akhil, again for joining us today. So I would request you if you can give us a brief introduction so that the students who have joined us can know you a bit better.
So I joined MSc International Business in EMLV last year. No, this year January. Uh, yeah, so it was a very good experience with the Shiksha, and I had 6 months of theory classes, and then later on we need to complete our internship. So currently I'm doing my internship as a headhunter with cyber intelligence.
Okay, that's great. So, like you have joined your course this year itself. So, like all the classes were on a regular basis, and you had to go to the university each and every day, or like is it on a flexible basis? Like some days you can attend from home, or some days from campus, something like that.
Okay, so initially, for the first 3 months, they gave the leverage that okay, if the student is not available in France, they can go for online classes. But
Mhm.
yes, after 3 months, they ask everyone to actually return to the class, and if you want to do it online, you need to take permission from the admin.
Okay, that's great. And since you shared your experience that you had you got guided by Shiksha's team, and like you selected option Ecole De Management through Shiksha.com, right?
Yeah.
So France was the primary study destination that you were looking at, or like what all other study destinations or universities were provided to you, and what all options were you looking forward to?
Actually, I had two options in my mind. First was the UK, and the second was France. So I was quite confused at the time, but after talking to Shiksha, one of the member of your team, he guided me about the EMLV, and I was satisfied with it, and it was coming under my budget. And yes, I want to join some college between the winters, not the mid of year. So
Mm.
yeah, that was actually for me. I want to join in January, and the France was offering me the this course in the initial part of the January.
Okay. Great, that's great. And like apart from that, what all prerequisite examinations you had to give for Ecole de Management? And is like, do they require English proficiency test as well before the
No,
application?
no, they didn't ask me any IELTS. You don't need to give any proficiency test for English. We had a small interview with the college counselors, and then they gave me a email that okay, you've been selected. You can start the process, and you can pay the half of the fees initially.
Okay, that's great. So what was the deposit that you had to pay before finalizing your seat and
Uh,
everything?
okay, it was around 4,000 euros, if I'm not wrong. 4,000 euros, yes, the
Oh,
50%.
okay, okay. Great. And like, how was the interview? Can you guide the students who are looking forward to apply to the same university? Like, what sort of questions were being asked by the interviewer, and how they can prepare before appearing for the interview?
Actually, I don't remember. It's been so long. It's been a year, but it was really easy. It was not that tough. Basic questions. What was your experience? What is the motive behind coming to France and especially in EMLV? Why this course itself? Very basic questions. Nothing to worry.
Okay, great. And like, since you being from India, like, how challenging is the weather condition there? Because France is considered to be on the colder side, right? So, how challenging has been the weather there, and like, how much time did you take to adjust to it?
Frankly, it is quite different from India. Recently, it went to -6, and I would advise the students who are coming here in France, please carry jackets which are compatible with minus degree temperature.
So thanks for your suggestion. Obviously, students can take that consideration on their end. And apart from that, like to like coming to the fun side, how is the campus like there, and how is the faculty? So how has your experience been in that case?
Okay, the campus life, I would say, it's it's quite hectic, I would say, because you start off early in the morning. Because I was living quite far from my college, it took around 1.5 hours to reach to my college, and the
Mm-hmm.
classes used to start at 12:30 and end around 7:30.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so not much of a time to have fun around, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And how's your like social life going there? Like, do they have a lot of international students, especially from India? And like, how do you go about like connecting with people there?
So in my batch, it was I would say it was half the class was from India, a certain part
Oh,
of India, and half the classes were from north of Africa and Europe, and few from Colombia, US, and Canada.
okay. Great. So most of the students are from south part of India.
Yes.
Okay. Great, great. So it's still good to have Indian students, especially around you, because obviously you will need some sort of help and assistance. So
Mm,
that's quite good.
exactly.
And yeah, and I'll request the students in case if they have certain questions with Akhil, they can also put their questions forward in the comment box or the Q&A box. So coming back to the question, Akhil, the most of the challenging like most of the challenges that students face are related to accommodation, like especially in Europe, in countries like UK, Ireland, and France as well. So you had applied just after the COVID scenario ended. So was it a challenge finding the accommodation, or and how did you like book your accommodation? You went there and you got the accommodation, or you did it from here itself?
I would advise that the students should get sorted with the accommodation before landing here in Paris. But I took the other way around. I came here first. I was in a hotel for a few days. I contacted my classmates to help me out with the accommodation. So they
Mhm.
helped me out. I found one, and then I changed like two, three accommodations in the past months. The if you go out of Paris, the rent will be around 350 to 450 for a room, a single room. And if you want, where the college is in La Défense, so if you are looking for a rental room in near La Défense region, it would cost you around 600 to 700 per room.
Okay, and like all the utilities are included in it, like all your electricity bills and water supply and
Mo-
everything. Okay.
Mostly yes, mostly yes. All the accommodation they provide the Wi-Fi and the water and the electricity, everything. Yeah.
Hmm. Okay, that's quite cool. And how is the transportation? How easy is it to communicate? Sorry, how easy is it to commute and like communicate with the people there?
For the commute, the transportation is pretty much easy. I would say sorted because you need to take a monthly pass, which costs you around 74, 75 euros. But from the 1st Jan 2023, they are increasing the price, the fee of that monthly pass for the trains, the metro or the RER. It will cost you around 86 euros.
Okay, great. So students get that benefit of having that monthly pass. So do they get some sort of additional remuneration on it as well? Do the like if, in Germany we have seen that the government reimburses the amount back. So do you have some sort of thing in France as well?
Yes, yes. For the students who are below 26 years of age, I think they just need to pay 20, 30 something, 30 euros. I'm not sure because I'm elder than 26. So
Cool, cool. And like you being from India, obviously Indians have that sweet tooth for like Indian cuisine, right? We need our sweet dishes as well. We need our proper meals throughout the day. So we have heard that like the French food is quite different from what we have seen in India. We get French toast by the name of
yeah.
like being France, but it's completely different. In France, they do not have anything like that. So, like, how has been your experience with the food, and like, do you get some sort of Indian options as well there in the supermarkets or in the restaurants?
In the supermarché, no. There's more of like frozen foods over there that you can try easily, like sandwiches or sausages or like baguette. The French cuisine is good. It's good. It's not that expensive as well. It's more towards like it's more sweet, I believe.
Mm.
But I would suggest. if you know cooking, then you can make your own Indian food at home. That would be the best thing. You'll save a lot of money. And if you want to go out, have a cheap Indian meal, there's a place known as Gardino. It's in the center of Paris. Over there, you can find Indian and Pakistani restaurants, and you can easily eat a biryani at €6.
That's quite cool. So you have Indian cuisines and restaurants around that give you
A
that
lot,
comfort that you
a
need.
lot,
Okay.
a lot.
That's great. And like, how challenging has been for you? Like, did you learn French before applying to the university? Did you have prerequisite information regarding French as a language, or you just landed there and just started absorbing French? So how was the situation in that?
Yeah. So actually, first of all, the advice would be to the upcoming students who are planning to come to France. I would strongly advise that you should have a small crash course of French. That will really help you smoothen up things. Like try to find internship. It will be very easy to get a job as well. That will be my personal like advice. Which I didn't follow it because I didn't have that much of time because I was working with the company. But
Hmm.
since I came here, I tried to learn a little bit of French. The French language classes also given by the college, but that is not that much. It would be a basic level. So I would suggest all the students to have a small crash course before coming. And then after you learn French in India, you can come here practice a lot.
That's cool. And like how challenging has the situation been? Like while completion of your course, obviously it'll still be easier to communicate with a lot of students who are back from India or people like who have come from different countries. But like once a student is in the phase where he's looking for part-time job opportunities or placements, so like how challenging is it? Like not knowing French to the fluency that a company requires. So like do you get affected while applying for internships or job opportunities? Like how has been your experience in that?
So first of all, I would like to talk about the part-time jobs. You won't get that much of time that you can do part-time jobs here because Monday to Friday you have classes, and many times you have online classes on Saturday as well. So you won't get that much of time because you're leaving your home in the morning to attend the classes 12:30 until 6:30, 6:45 we have classes. So it's very
Mm-hmm.
hard. Sorry. It's very hard that you can manage both. But if you really want to go ahead with the part-time jobs, there are few companies which give jobs for English speakers as well. One is RGIS. One of my friend was working there. They give you a slot 3 days a week, 5 days a week, depending upon your availability. They pay you around €8 to €10 per hour, and you can go ahead with few restaurants, Indian and Pakistani restaurants. They can offer you if you don't know French, and that's why I was strongly advising that if you know a little bit of French, you can work in the other restaurants, and then you can easily find a part-time job. Second, in the internship, I'm doing an internship. The company is based in France and Switzerland as well. So if you know French, you can easily get a internship in France. But if you're not comfortable with French, you can need to jump to other countries like Netherlands, Belgium, Netherlands, Germany, Spain, Portugal. You might find an English-speaking internship over there.
Okay, that's quite cool. So, apart from that, the companies are quite helpful. Do you get additional support from your university as well during placements? And apart from that, in case if you're looking for some sort of part-time jobs, do they have a placement cell or do they have some student union sort of a thing that we have back in India that help you with those sort of things?
Because I was not doing any part-time job in my course, so I don't have that much of idea. But I don't think they'll help you with the part-time jobs, but they can guide you that way you can find these jobs. Go on these websites, and in the internship period, we have few internships which are available on the portal as well. You can go through them. The college puts there. They called a company known as Layton in the college, and they hired many of the students there. I think four students from my batch out of 22 they hired, and from the last batch also they hired four. We had we had many uh, exhibition, job fair, I pitch where you can go reach out to the companies. But I haven't seen anyone getting selected from there. but we have that kind of facility as well. But I would suggest go on LinkedIn and Welcome to the Jungle, which is a website known for finding internships here. That will be very helpful rather than relying on the college itself.
Okay, that's quite cool. Great. And like, what's the stay back tenure that French universities are offering right now? And have you come across any person who was able to attain PR in France? And like, what's the situation in that? How easy is it to get a PR in France?
Okay, so I don't know anyone who has attained a PR by now because I'm quite new here.
Hmm.
But yes, I've heard that after 4 or 5 years, if you have a French language level of, I think, B2 or C2 level, you can easily get a PR. But for the student, as of now, I have a student visa. They are extending student visa for the next year as well. So for 2 years of student visa, it's enough. And after that, you have 2 years of APS. APS means for the people who don't know, it's like you can search a job. The country gives you 2 years of time to search a job and get settled.
So you have 1+2 sort of a scenario, same like similar to that UK, what UK have started offering
Yes, yeah.
recently.
But for few, they have already extended the student visa for 1 more year. So just see 2 years of student visa and 2 years of APS. But it's a different case for everyone.
That's quite good. So that all that knowledge would be very beneficial to the students who have joined us. And apart from that, like how has your experience been with the French people? How friendly are they? And like how easy is it to communicate with them? And like have you faced any sort of situation where you thought like being an international student, like the people are not being fair, or there are news that come across that Indian students are harassed or they face some sort of racism. So have you come across some sort of that situation?
Personally, I didn't came across with that kind of situation. The French people are really nice. The only problem is that they don't speak fluent English, but they are quite like you can easily talk to them. You'll feel comfortable with them. They can be good friends to you as well. So I didn't face any kind of racism by now. We have many Indians. We have many people from Africa. There are a lot of immigrants here. So yeah, it's quite comfortable as being as an Indian.
Okay, great. And since you have almost completed your course, have you applied for Schengen visa? And if you can share a bit insights as to what Schengen visa is and what all benefits you get as a student.
Okay, so Schengen visa is a visa which can allow you to travel to 21 countries. That also helps you finding a job. If you have a Schengen visa, you can apply jobs in other countries. If you're not comfortable, if you're not getting any jobs in French language, or you having a problem have finding an internship or a job in France, with this visa, you can easily go to other countries like Netherlands and Germany, where there's a lot of English-speaking jobs, internship available. That will really help. And in terms of traveling, you can travel to other countries like Switzerland, Germany, Netherlands, go to Amsterdam. Uh, you can travel, you can enjoy your leaves in between the
Basically,
college days. Yeah.
it's basically a free pass to all the EU countries, the countries who come under the EU, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool, cool. And apart from that, the primary question that comes to a student's mind before applying to universities abroad is scholarship. So, like, were you lucky enough to get some sort of scholarship, or do you have any idea how a student can get a scholarship as to what all are the requirements if the university wants to provide a scholarship?
So I got a scholarship as early bird scholarship. So it was 2,000 euros. The total fees
Mhm.
was around 10,000 euros. They gave me a scholarship for 2,000 euros and I paid 8,000 euros. I'm
Okay.
not sure about other scholarship, like other scholarships which is given by the college. But yes, you can if you apply early. You can easily get a 2,000 euro of scholarship.
Okay, that's quite cool. So early bird scholarship would be something where you are applying, like you are one of the most earliest applications to the university, something like that. Okay. So do you have any idea regarding some merit scholarships that the university is providing, or like based on
Uh,
the students' academic record or something like that?
I'm not sure, but I've heard about Erasmus. Not sure, but I would suggest people to go ahead and search in Google about Erasmus. There are many colleges which provide scholarship under Erasmus, so you can go to the website, search for it.
So we have almost covered all the topics, Akhil. And like since I've asked the students to put in their questions in the Q&A box, we haven't had any sort of questions up till now. So I guess we have almost covered all the topics, and students have attained the knowledge that they required for like France as a study destination. So thanks, Akhil, for joining us today and taking out your valuable time. And I would like to thank the students as well. And hopefully the session was interactive and like knowledgeable to you. And in case if you have any sort of more queries or questions, you can directly connect with Shiksha's team and hope to see you in the future sessions as well. Okay. So thanks again. Thanks, Akhil, for joining us today.
Thank
Have a
you.
great day ahead.
Thank
Thank
you. Thanks. Have a
thank
great
you.
day. Bye bye.
Bye bye.